Technology and ADHD. Let's face it. We can't live with it. We can't live without it. It is our best friend and our worst enemy, or our worst friend and our best enemy. It is not going anywhere. You know, you can be left in the dust if you don't know how to use ChatGPT, or you're not evolving with the times, and it's just going by so quick, like blink. Oh my gosh, now we're like hologramming into office meetings. It's insane. I feel like it can be overwhelming. So I was thinking about technology recently because I grew up, for those of you that don't know, in an era where technology was there. It just wasn't as prevalent or as prominent or as relevant. Wonder how many synonyms and antonyms and prononyms, that's not a word, I can think of. No, but technology was always there. It just wasn't as prevalent. And I didn't grow up with money, so it sure as heck wasn't like a thing in my life until like high school. I remember growing up with a TV that was black and white and had an antenna made out of a hanger to make us get the TV to work, and using pliers to change the station. Like, that's my life. And eventually, you know, things progress, but I didn't always have technology. Okay, pardon the look, but present Ardell wants to help past Ardell out real quick. Technology is such a broad term. It can mean like, you know, ancient technology that helped advance civilizations. And then there's modern technology. I'm trying to say here that I didn't grow up, even for my own generation, with a lot of modern technology in my household. Like, I didn't have a TV in my house until I was 10. I didn't even go to the theater. I know that's not having it in your house, but I didn't even go to the theater until I was 10. I grew up in LA. I didn't have a lot of money. Obviously, there was technology around me. I knew how to use a phone. Like, I'd seen TV. Like, I had technology in my life. It just wasn't in my personal life at home in terms of my day-to-day, day in and day out. I wasn't able to use the TV a lot of times because my dad, it was up in his room. Eventually we did get another one that was more of the more advanced one that had a remote that we were able to use from the couch instead of the little TV that my dad would command us to go get up and change a channel with pliers. Like, so I didn't grow up with great technology as a kid, even for my own era. My brother found our first TV. And then in my elementary school, I went to Los Angeles Unified School District for all my elementary years, and I just never really dealt with computers ever, except one time, or a few times in 5th grade. We would go to the computer lab and we'd play, I don't know why I did that, we'd play on old Apple computers with like the black and green pixelated screens. I just remember them being video games, maybe games on how to like learn letters and things like that. Maybe, no, because that was like 5th grade. Why would we be doing that? I don't even remember what we played. I just remember them being games, and then that was it. Like, I never learned how to type, but so it was just difficult. Like, technology was just not a major part of it. It wasn't difficult. It was difficult where I'm about to get into transitioning to the high school I went to after we moved to St. Louis. But technology, when I'm talking here, we didn't have technology. I'm trying to say I just didn't grow up with a lot of advanced technology in the home when I was a kid. And eventually, you know, we did kind of catch up, but it just wasn't majorly a part of my life as a kid. But I did grow up in the 80s and 90s, and that also has a lot to do with it too. Now, you can't be a kid and avoid technology, even if you tried, because everybody, for the most part, has a cell phone, like a smartphone. Anyways, I hope that clarifies things, because editing myself, I was like, Ardell, you grew up with technology. So by the time it was something in high school, it was kind of overwhelming for me because I grew up in LA, moved to Missouri. Everybody had all the gadgets and gizmos, and I went to a very decent, well-off public school district. And I was behind the times. I just struggled to get caught up technologically in terms of that. And then got my first phone, which was the Nokia, and then eventually Apple, or one of those little like slide phones, My Touch, T-Mobile My Touch. I loved that phone so much, and then someone stole it. But technology isn't going anywhere, but I feel like I just remember succeeding in life in high school with a tactile planner. And that was like all the reference I had on like what technology can do to benefit me. And then I had like a wall alarm clock, you know, and then eventually time progresses, and then you realize you start getting used to the habit of having your phone next to your bed, and it kind of evolves with you that way, and your phone becomes your alarm. But then you realize you have ADHD and you can't quite trust your phone because what if it messes up? Or you forget to set it. So regardless of all that, technology is something that I found overwhelming at first, and I didn't know how to utilize it in a way that would benefit me. You know what I mean? So, but then things changed. Excitingly, phones advanced, things got more advanced. We have TVs that are smart TVs. You could talk to your TV, you could talk to your wall, you could talk to your AC unit, you could talk to your light bulb through Alexa. If everything's connected, it all works together in one symbiotic relationship that's beneficial to you if you take the time, because it takes time, to plug it all in and get it set up properly. So I did some of those things. I figured out how to set up my Alexa to have it work with a smite. Wow, that's me. That's my ADHD. With a smart light known as a smite. My smite connected to my Alexa, and then I also have a smart AC unit connected to my Alexa, connected to my phone, connected to my Apple Watch. It's just crazy. I'm not gonna sit here and say that technology just is so great and it's always easy peasy, but I do feel like it has gotten to a point for me that it's been kind of this like little beneficial thing. My Alexa, if I forget to set my alarm, I'm sitting in bed and I just like scream at Alexa, hey, set my alarm for this time. And very often I set it to a very fun song that when it goes off in the morning, I will actually want to get up. Or sometimes I set it to a calming song, a Christian song, which I like waking up to those songs because they just like, oh, I'm awake. Oh, God. I just hit my microphone. I hope that didn't make like some cataclysmic sound. If it did, I'm sorry. As complex as technology is, I feel like it's helped simplify my life and not make my life overwhelming. I feel like I've surrounded myself with enough technologically advanced devices that I feel like I have like my own little assistant. Picture this. You're sitting in bed, you're tucked in, you're comfortable, you have a cat on you, you don't feel like getting up, but you know you need to get up in the morning. You need to set your alarm, your light's on, you forgot to turn your light off, you don't feel like dealing with that either. So annoying as I choke on my own spit. But you've set it all up. You took the time to get all the devices synced. Also, you're hot, you're melting in bed, or you're freezing. You're lying in bed, surrounded by a cat, you're cozy, you're warm. Then you can just be like, hey, Alexa, set my alarm for 8:30 and have me wake up to Let's Get Loud by J-Lo. You know, I know she's not as popular as she used to be, but that song wakes you up. Or you could wake up by Oceans by Hillsong. It's like a nice soothing intro. Or you can listen to some Enya. You could wake up to some Enya and it kind of like comes into your dreams, which has totally happened to me. And you have your Roku TV, you can set that to turn off. You have your alarm set. You also have your smart light set. Be like, hey Alexa, wake me up to Enya at 8:30. Hey Alexa, set my light bulb to turn on at 8:30 also. So you have Enya and your light turning on at the same time. You're also in bed and you're a little warm. You start to realize, you know what, I'm melting, but I don't want to kick my cat off me because he's finally in a comfortable spot. Then you could just go to your phone or tell Alexa, like, I don't have my phone. I'm sure that that's a thing, but I don't have my AC heating unit set to my Alexa. I haven't delved that deep into the rabbit hole of smart devices, but I have set my phone to it. So I can just go on my phone and then change the heating, cooling switch and like change the temperature. And it's literally glorious. But I do have my Alexa. What am I talking about? My Alexa and my AC unit are literally the same. They're one and the same. My Alexa comes out of my AC unit. That's like how integrated things are. Oh, Siri's talking to me right now. Shut up. See, that's when it goes bad, and then you can't figure out how to like turn it off. I figured it out. Jeez. And that's when technology is frustrating, when it's like Alexa starts talking and you weren't even talking to her and you're like, what are you going on about? Like, Alexa, I wasn't freaking talking to you. Or Siri. I don't even talk to Siri. We're not friends anymore. I don't like Siri all that much. I feel like she doesn't understand me. She doesn't listen to me. Alexa does. But I feel like technology for me has really been beneficial. I know I've said to picture this, that little picture, but those are the little micro moments where I'm like, gosh, I'm so grateful for this. Like, I forgot to turn my heating off. I forgot to set my alarm and I'm in bed and I'm comfortable and I don't have to worry about getting up. It's like, there's been times where I'm about to pass out and I'm able to just shout to Alexa, shout through the heart, shout to Alexa to set my alarm, and then I'm able to pass out. Also, overnight, the other night, my just modern technology in general, not even doing anything, changed my clock forward for spring forward, and I was able to get to work on time. Got to work, didn't even know that spring forward had happened, daylight savings time. Was at work, and people were like, man, I'm so tired because of the time change. I was like, man, I didn't even notice that had happened because technology just did it for me. I would have forgotten. Like, I know I would have forgotten. We've all been there before. I know I've overslept a year in the past on daylight savings time. So then there's the downside of technology, which has been an adjustment for me as well when it comes to having my phone in my bed. There's like a love-hate relationship with that because I know you're not supposed to have it in your bed or next to you. And the blue light late at night, watching TV late at night. But I've gotten in a really good rhythm of my sleep hygiene, which is such a funny phrase. And I do admit that I do have my phone next to me in bed. And I feel like a lot of times it's because I'm reading my Bible and my Bible is on my phone and I can't quite see at night with like my regular lights. And I don't want to have a big cumbersome book with me because I do like reading a tactile Bible, but like sometimes it's just nice to have my Bible, especially my Bible app. I actually click play and I listen to it while I'm in bed, and Alexa unfortunately doesn't have the Bible memorized. But whenever I have my Bible app, I like to do this one Bible study late at night, and by the time I'm in bed, and again the cats are on me kind of thing, I do have my phone with me by my bed. I know that's not something that you should do. But for the most part, I've gotten in the habit of doing my Bible study, and then I put it upside down. I just kind of shove my phone over to the left side of the bed, and I have a Roku TV. I set a timer, and before I know it, it like turns off. I fall asleep usually watching YouTube videos because I love YouTube, and I'm currently studying Spanish, so I watch just videos in Spanish. And because I'm not fully fluent yet, the cadence of the language kind of puts me to sleep. Although every once in a while I'm like, ooh, I understood what that meant. And I'll like catch myself waking up. But I take a melatonin to fall asleep, and more on that later. That's a video for another day. But I feel like I've gotten my sleep hygiene in a way, set up in a way that I'm in a good spot. But I feel like technology has helped me. I have timers set. I have my alarm set for fun music in the morning. I have my coffee made the night before, and I go to bed, and before I know it, my lights turn off, and before I know it, they turn on and music turns on. And technology has just been really beneficial to me. But there was a time when I was doom scrolling like there was no tomorrow, and I feel like that's when technology can be a hindrance to people with ADHD. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't catch myself being sucked into some YouTube downward spiral of YouTube shorts or TikTok videos where it's like trying to look up the history of some random story of some random crime that happened in some random town of some random person. And right now I can't even think of any of them, but I know that I've done it because I'm like, in my mind's eye, I'm like, yep, no, I've gone down these rabbit holes of some person that lost their mother, and this is the story why. And it's like you get stuck into part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And that's where I feel like technology can be not the best thing. And also things that are just super irrelevant to your life, including watching TV. It used to be where you'd have to go to the video store to rent a movie, and you know, it was like an adventure. You'd go there, you don't even have the ability to really look up the preview. You might have seen the preview once, but you know, your guess is as good as mine. You read the back of the VHS or the DVD, and you take your risk and you rent the movie and you go home, you watch it, and hopefully you return it by the due date. But for the most part, that was TV and movies in a nutshell. And then we all know like Netflix came out, and then you could rent the movie rent boxes. There's a red boxes. I think they're called red boxes. I don't even remember. That are at the grocery store, which I think those still exist. And it's kind of still a fun little concept. But, you know, you rent a movie and you send it back. But now we have Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Peacock, all of Amazon, all of the streaming services all of the time. And if you have Roku TV, forget about it, which I do. But I feel like for me, like it's kind of lost its novelty in the sense that like so many people are throwing things at you all the time. Have you seen this show? Have you seen that show? It's like I can't commit to all these shows. Whenever I wanted to binge watch season 4 of Lost, I had to go to the video store, rent it, binge watch it, and return it. And I was like, man, that was a commitment. I definitely did watch the entire thing in one fell swoop with a bowl of cereal and stayed up till 6 a.m. But now I know the dangers of technology, so I'm a little like, I don't trust myself, and I feel like the more I've seen myself be taken advantage of by technology, the more I've seen myself abuse technology and just like binge watch stuff or binge watch Netflix, Hulu, TikTok, all those things. I feel like I'm a little more aware of my bad habits when it comes to that. The more you know, the better you do. But I feel like there's just so many options out there that I only allow myself to just watch the few shows that I've since gotten used to and since fallen in love with. I have my guilty pleasures, and whenever certain shows come back on, I'll re-download the app, watch it, and then delete the app. That's what I at least do. I don't need Paramount Plus to watch all of the things. I don't need Peacock to watch all of the shows. I intentionally don't watch things that I know that I'll probably like because I already know that I spend a lot of time on TV. Everybody prioritizes things to each their own. All of us have the things that we love about technology, and all of us have the things that we don't love about technology. If you'd like to enlighten me, definitely share them in the comment section below. But for me, I love technology. Gonna be honest. I love having my comfortable life. It's not perfect. My AC unit doesn't always work, and every once in a while it will turn off, which is quite annoying. But I love that I can be on my couch, wrapped up under a blanket, and realize I'm kind of a little hot and I can put the AC on. I love that I can shout to Alexa a question of, what year was Independence Day for Mexico, or whatever questions I want to ask. And I don't have to get up, and if my phone's over and it's too far out of reach, it's not that big of a deal. I love while I'm running out the door and I'm getting ready and I'm running late, I could love that I could shout to Alexa like, hey, what's the weather like right now? And it's like, crap, I do need to go get my coat, but I'm in the middle of brushing my teeth and I forgot to get my drink ready. It has been something that's like been super, super beneficial to me. And having my watch on me at work, not getting in trouble for being on my phone, but being able to see I got a text from an important person like, oh, my niece is texting me or so-and-so's texting me, but I don't have time to stop and do that right now. And I don't want to not know, but I don't want to get caught being on my phone because we're not supposed to be on our phones at work, let's be honest. But then obviously there's times when I unplug intentionally and I just don't even want anybody to reach me right now. And I give myself permission to allow that to be a thing. Like, I don't have it on my laptop where I can get text messages on my laptop. If I'm on my laptop, I'm intentionally working on stuff and I want to study something or I want to look up something and I want to research something and I want to work on my computer and I don't like getting notifications on my computer. All my notifications are turned off. And that's something I've done with my cell phone as well. I don't really have a lot of notifications on because that was when I started noticing just technology in general was overwhelming for me. I also have my phone on silent for the most part all the time. And I think that is a boundary that I don't even realize I unintentionally set. It's just like there's no reason for my phone to be off silent unless I need it off silent. Like if I'm doing a project, an art project, and it's going to be over somewhere, that's the only time usually I'll have it off silent is whenever I need to hear it ringing and there's not going to be a reason for me to look at it. I just never have my phone on silent. So I had to start learning. Basically, technology was super, super overwhelming to me until I learned about it. And then it wasn't overwhelming to me. And then I feel like I abused it. I feel like I didn't want to understand technology for the longest time. Then I finally started getting the hang of it. And then I didn't understand how to use it at all, but I started using the bad aspects of it, not understanding the benefit of how to structure it in a way that it works for you and not against you. And let's face it, I'm not perfect, but I feel like I've gotten better over the past, especially 3 years. Once I started working at the real estate office, especially, I got really good at putting everything in my calendar, and that is a habit that has not gone away. I also get in habits of setting timers for specific days and times. Like if there's a day that I know later on that day I need to do something, por ejemplo, en español, I have a poinsettia that I want to repot, and I needed to take it outside on a certain day and repot it on that day. I didn't need to repot it on that day, but I chose to. And I set my timer, my alarm clock. I set it. It wasn't even a time. I just set a timer for that morning at 9 o'clock when I set my alarm because I knew I needed to work that morning. I also set the timer to alert me to take my plant outside that day. And so whenever I think of little things like that, I set my future self up for success. And so lately with technology, I've been catching myself thinking past me because of technology. So those are little things that I've done, and I'm really grateful for technology. I feel like it's made my life a lot easier to be on top of things. And this is where my most favorite technological advanced find is ChatGPT. If anybody has not used AI, there's OpenAI. I'm sure all of us have heard all about AI, but it has been, for me in particular, for somebody with ADHD, I've been super excited to talk to you all about it. And I know it's been a while since I filmed a video, and we'll talk about that in a second. But AI has been my best little assistant that I could find. Like Alexa, godsend. You know, we have my Apple Watch, perfect. We have my cell phone, super grateful for Google Calendar, for Apple products, they all merge. Great. But my ChatGPT, I don't know why I'm talking about it in a way that's like, calm down. And it might not always be here for me, might not always be my best friend, but right now it's been really, really helpful for me in a time where I'm finding myself, I have a lot on my plate, and I've had a lot on my plate, and that's why I haven't made a video in a long time. But I feel like it's been that little like life raft to help me find some grounding amongst other things, but in particular, and this is how I use it. So there are so many videos on the internet on how to use ChatGPT, and I know I have a lot more that I can learn, and I'm just getting started. And I'm really excited about all the things that ChatGPT has helped me with in terms of my productivity and procrastination. It has literally, it's revolutionized my life. It's changed my life. Like before I had ChatGPT, I didn't even know who I was. That's not true. It has just really helped me be a little bit more of a productive person. I feel like it's upped my productivity. It's helped me like 10x my productivity. I don't want people to think that ChatGPT is the answer in the sense that like it's the end all be all. It's the thing that's working for me right now. Right here, right now. So this is what I've been doing. ChatGPT doesn't have a perfect memory. They're not going to remind you of things. But when you check in and you prompt it to do certain things, it'll remember certain things, especially if you tell it to remember certain things. You could even go into the memory bank of ChatGPT and type in like what you want it to know about you. So I'll talk about it with some certain problems. I'll tell it what I'm up against. I'll tell it what I'm going through. I'll tell it what I need to get done. Currently, right now, I'm in the process of needing to get my house organized because I'm selling it. Topic for another day, but it's a lot. I have a lot going on right now. I also have been talking to ChatGPT about my YouTube channel and how I want to see myself be productive. And I'm working on certain things every single day, a little bit every single day, without even realizing ChatGPT has kind of like Pomodoro techniqued me, which I do the Pomodoro technique in my day-to-day life throughout the past years, like since I've not been on here since July, which is insane, since I've not posted a video. But ChatGPT, I tell it what I got to do that day, things that aren't even prioritized, that aren't even priority. And ChatGPT will laundry list things and put it in a concise way, tell me what I should or shouldn't do, why I should and shouldn't do it, and then tell me to go. And then I'm like, well, I don't know if I could do that one thing because that doesn't make sense for me. They're like, it's okay. Like, I feel like it's like my friend that's not my friend. And what the coolest thing for me with ChatGPT is it's a reflection of me. Like, I'm telling ChatGPT what to do. It's using smart AI technology to spit back at me intelligent responses based on its access to the internet. And it's helped me grow and also help me see myself take action and help me look back and see that I can get things done. And the only thing that's holding me accountable in a way is myself, but it's really ChatGPT, which is just a robot. I know that it's like sounds super creepy, super futuristic, super advanced, but it has been super helpful for me. I'm just gonna give a simple day. Going to bed, telling ChatGPT before I like log off on my computer for the day, this is all the things I gotta get done tomorrow and I have to work at 4. And I don't have to get these things done, but I wanna get these things done because then I have to do this the following day and I have all this. I cannot procrastinate on the things that I've got going on in my life. And I can be a procrastinator. We all know this. So there was a certain day, it had snowed a crap ton where I'm at, like literally so much snow. And the area I was in, it was just gonna be nothing but freeze at first, then snow, and I had to work the next day. So ChatGPT told me, I told it what I gotta do, and it told me how to do it in a way that I was like, no, duh. Why didn't I think of that first? So think of a lot of snow out. There's a lot of snow outside. It snowed. I have to work at 9:30. I have to scrape off my car. I also wanted to get my house organized and clean because I was having somebody come over. a family member. It's not that big of a deal. I just wanted to have it look nice for when they came back in town. But I wanted to get the dishes done. I wanted to take out the trash. I needed to take care of the cats, and I needed to get my car scraped and get myself ready, presentable, take a shower, do all the things, get ready, get my clothes on, and iron my shirt because I got to look good for my job by the time I got at the door. And guess how much time I had to do it? Not a lot, because I woke up late. Not perfect at that. I am better. So Alexa chimes, the song goes off. Instead of getting up right away, I sit there and listen to the whole song. I wake up and I'm like, chat, it's time to go. What do I do? Told it the thing. I think I told it okay. This is when you're seeing my true ADHD in all of its glory. So told it the night before all the things I had to get done. And it's like, all right, girl, you're going to get it done. And so the next morning, that's what happened. I'm like, I overslept. What do I do? That was when ChatGPT was like, you know what? The priority here is to get your car scraped off. Like, if you don't get the dishes done, it's not the end of the world. But I wanted to get the dishes done. So they were like, well, why don't you first scrape your car off? Because that's going to be the thing that I normally would have done last. And it would have been the thing that would have made me late for work because I have to be out of the door at a certain time to be on time. So I go out, start my car, turn the defrosters off for the front and the back, scrape my car off, go back inside, iron my shirt, because that's the second thing in command that ChatGPT was like, you want to get done, iron my shirt, got myself ready, and then with whatever time I had left, I was able to utilize getting the kitty litter done, taking out the trash, and then doing whatever dishes I could get done with the amount of time I had. And I had already set my timer for I need to leave now. When that timer went off, I'm telling you, I wasn't even looking at the clock. I was doing as much dishes as I could get done with the time I had to then turn off the faucet, shut everything down, and run out the door. I had my drink at the door, did not forget it, had my purse, my keys. My keys are always on my key hook, which is something else I've gotten in the habit of. I bought a little key hook. But yeah, I was out the door. I did not get all the dishes done. But you know what? That person can deal with an extra few dishes. So I got as many dishes as I could get done that day. By the time I got into my car, it was already like pristinely cleaned off and de-snowed and de-iced to where I just put it in reverse. I wasn't racing to work running late. I wasn't a distracted driver. I was able to be at work on time, having gotten so much done prior to having had to. I've just felt like so productive that day and so superhuman. And the cool thing is that's not the only day things like that have happened to me. There's also days where I feel like because I got so excited with how much ChatGPT helped me prioritize that I was also probably just going a little too crazy. And I know we tend to hyper-focus and get really excited about things that end up, we get bored with it. And like the reality of like, this is not really a real human being. I don't really need to check in because ChatGPT is not going to like take me to court if I don't do the things, because I've tried to have ChatGPT keep me accountable and like give it permission to like rip me to shreds if I don't get all the things done. It doesn't work like that. It's not going to remind you. It's not going to remember, because it's also it's like a smart engine, or what's the phrase? A search engine, a smart engine, smart AI engines, whatever. At one point I learned that like, remind me to do this, or you have permission to, rip me to shreds in a nice way. I told it. I don't want to like, demean myself, but I need to get these things done. And if I don't get these done, like remind me why I should have gotten it done. But then you could also just totally, completely never bring it up, and chat won't be like, so like chat's not going to remind you of things. You have to prompt it, which seems like one big no duh. But for somebody that takes a second to learn things, trial and error with me, myself included, it took me a moment to realize, oh, duh, it's never going to remind me of things. But it was actually then helpful for me to be like, wow, I was more proud of myself for all the times I prompted ChatGPT to remind me of things, because I was like, it's just me checking in with myself. It's just me telling myself all the things I have to get done and utilizing AI technology to tell me the best way to go about doing it. I'm telling you, if there's one recent technological advancement that's been very helpful for me, I don't use ChatGPT. I just cut myself off, didn't I? ChatGPT is the one technological advancement that I'm really grateful that I've delved into, dived. Wow. there are so many other ways that ChatGPT could be used. I somehow found my train of thought. There's so many other ways that ChatGPT could be used, and I know that I'm not utilizing all of it, but I'm okay with what I'm utilizing it for, because if productivity is the one thing that I can gain and benefit from certain modern technologies, like, sounds great. I know people are like coming up with courses and coming up with this, and there's so many other open AI applications, and there's human AI, and there's, you know, motion AI, like self-scheduling applications, and there's things I want to look into. But that's one thing with technology, is like, you know what, I'm going to learn at my own pace, my own time. If I have time to set aside to learn more about ChatGPT or AI in general, I'll let ChatGPT know and be like, maybe I'll have time for this today. But it's helped me prioritize. What are the things I really want to focus on getting done? One, I want to get back to my community of amazing visionaries and work together to help inspire each other. Two, I want to freaking get my house sold. And I think those are the two things that are like top-notch priority. Oh, and I also have been learning Spanish, so. Yo he estado aprendiendo español. I didn't say that perfectly correctly. Yo he estado aprendiendo español. So I've been using it to help me prioritize not just doing all the fun things, but doing the boring things, eating the frog in the morning, scraping off my car first thing, and then doing the other things I want to get done. I've been checking in the morning, checking in at night. It's not, I also still have faith in God. So it's like, I'm like, you know, there's some things I don't go to ChatGPT for all the things for, but if it comes to productivity and getting things done, ChatGPT, I can't say it, Chupacabra has been a godsend. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. With that said, then there's what happened in terms of like time blindness. I feel like recently utilizing ChatGPT to get myself into a position to get back to a certain level of productivity. I looked back on the last time I put a video out and I was like, oh my gosh, it's been since July. Like, how has that much time passed since I put out a video? I felt like it literally more than ever before. I feel like I'm like, no, it couldn't have been that long, but it has been that long. And it's crazy how much time has flown, and time blindness won this round, and it's crazy. So bullet point what I've been up against. My sister got married, and these are people I live with. I lived with my sister and her daughter, and my sister got married and moved out, and her daughter, my niece, went off to college, helped her move out. And then in September, I think it was just the time frame of that, helping her move, getting settled, working. And then I also got really sick in September, and I've been dog sitting a lot, which is another job I have, dog sitting a lot. By the time I finally felt better, the holiday season is kicking into gear. And I also have another thing that I do. I also paint Christmas windows and paint for my other sister who has a job doing that. So that's a whole nother side gig that she's overwhelmed and inundated with so many people wanting her work that I ended up stepping up and doing a lot of art projects to the point where I had no days off for over a 2-week period at one point, like just super, super busy for the holiday season. Then it's the holiday season, and that's when my regular job, my serving job, is just nonstop, to where my days off, I just collapse and I'm exhausted physically. My foot hurt, the one that I broke years ago. So when I'm off of work, I just want to go home and relax. It's the holidays. I've earned my relaxation. And then Christmas comes and goes, and then it's July, and you take a breather, but then I'm dog sitting again. Dog sitting for this person, dog sitting for that person. And then I got sick at the end of January really, really, really bad. And then I got better. Then it's Valentine's. Then I got sick. Valentine's means it's busy at my job. And then I got sick again at the end of February. And then I'm dog sitting again, and then I'm sick, and then I'm this. It was just like, I felt like I couldn't catch a break. And with my struggle with transitions from July all the way to this past month, I was like, oh my goodness, how has that much happened? It feels like it was just yesterday. So that was something that I did not realize, that much time had passed since I made a video. Anyways, back on track. So I guess all of my ramblings on, the conclusion of this video is that I feel like I've gotten a handle for now on technology. I'm not perfect. I feel like I have gotten myself in a place where with technology, I've helped it help me not just abuse technology. Like, I check in with ChatGPT and ChatGPT calls me out. No doom scrolling. Get up and go do the things that you said that you were going to do. And then I go do them. And then I get to doom scroll, or then I get to go watch my YouTube video. But at least I got a bunch of things done and the night's not over with me having done nothing. Trust me, I don't love the idea of doom scrolling, but it happens. I don't want to have this facade that I'm this perfect human being that doesn't get caught up in I'm trying to think of a very intellectual word, but all I can think of is woes, the woes of technology. I definitely get caught up in technology and scrolling and TikTok and YouTube and TV and binge watching a TV show. But then seeing this other side of myself with the help of technology, using my Alexa to help me get going in the morning and using ChatGPT, checking in and asking it how to help me prioritize my day and getting going and getting off of work and going to Walgreens to getting the filter for the house and going to get the this and going to get the cat food. And before I know it, it's not just, I'm tired, I'm just going to go straight home and then I'll go do it, because you know you never will. You do it on your way home and you come home already having gotten 3 errands done that day. I just feel like I've gotten a handle of technology in a way where right now it feels good, and I'm really grateful and I'm really proud. And I'm curious what you all have done to utilize technology to your benefit or to your detriment. Of what is it that you utilize technology for, and how do you use it, and what do you use, and how has it changed your life in a good way? Are there also tips you have for all of us in the comments below on what you feel like has not been a good thing for you and how it's not been helpful for you? I know that you all come up with these things that just like blow my mind. Super, super helpful, super, super beneficial. And that's what I love about all of you all. You all help me grow, and I hope I inspire you to grow. So that is the video that I have for you today. For me, the one thing that I'm so grateful for is that I'm back, and I feel like showing up is half the battle. And it's the one thing that I want to make sure I start doing again is consistency, and also performance over perfection, which will be the consistency I need, because I know that I have a tendency of wanting to be perfect. Editing I like to be authentic, and I feel like editing sometimes portrays an curated, authentic version of myself. Like when I edit my videos, there are so many cuts that I have to make because I mess up talking. A lot of times some of my videos are information heavy, and I like to present it in a way that's actually absorbable and not overwhelming for the viewer, because as much as I have ADHD, I know that my viewers have ADHD, and I want to give them information in a way that they won't get distracted and lose sight of. But I'm literally only a human, and I can only do my best. And my best for me with ADHD, sometimes for somebody with ADHD might be not good enough, and that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's the best I got with where I'm at. So if you've made it to the end of this ramble-a-thon, I really love you all. You all inspire me to keep showing up with your loving comments, and you inspire me to keep on keeping on. You inspire me to keep creating content. I really am grateful. You make me feel like, I guess you make me feel really loved, and I'm really grateful for this community I've built, and I hope that I make you feel really loved, because I love all of you. I'm very grateful for you. I feel like I cannot talk right now. But seriously, if you've made it to the end of this video, you know I really love you. Thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe, click the notification bell, all the things. If you want to see more of my content, here I am in all my glory, and I hope all of you are doing good. And here's to more videos in 2025.